Slender Man. So, I work in a movie theater, and tonight I was able to see Slender Man because working at this movie theater, I'm provided the right to have a free movie. Plus, I can watch movies before anybody else can. So right now, it was August 8th at the time, so that I always watch movies at 12:45. And we had two movies, Megalodon and Slender Man. You know, considering that I used to be a kid who used to respect the Slender Man story, and I used to be pretty into that hoe, to be honest, dog. So I went to go watch Slender Man, and honest truth, I didn't finish the movie. It was absolute trash, and I'm gonna tell you why. Roll intro, head ass. All right. So watching the plot of this movie is there's four girls. All of them are friends. Clearly, they're all talking about how they want to move out this town and talk about what they want to do with their lives. So what ends up happening, they end up hanging out at Katie's house, which is one of the characters. By the way, I'm going to spoil this. So there's nothing really to spoil. The movie's trash. I think brain dead niggas would only come watch this movie, to be totally honest with you. Anyways, so Katie is having a little sleepover at the house, and they hear, oh, there's these dudes who are trying to summon Slender Man. They're like, who's Slender Man? So they go off with the Ouija, I think it's Ouija approach. So it ends up coming out pretty horrible. And they treat Slender Man as it's like a monster you summon through the internet. So they watch a video on the internet showing the Slender Man summon video, which is really stupid considering that, you know, if you knew the story of Slender Man, you know that it doesn't come through a video. At least that's what I think. And I think that the person who created this is more of a cash grabber than they are of a movie creator. So they watch this video, they hear 3 bells, they close their eyes, and the 3rd bell they open it. And all of a sudden, they see a bunch of these flashing lights and all this, blah, 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 like they freaking watching the Poltergeist. Then boom. And all of a sudden, they're all getting attacked by Slender Man. And Katie, at the beginning, and mostly towards the beginning, she gets kidnapped by Slender Man. And so I'm pretty sure the whole movie is just them trying to get Katie back. But the thing about this movie is that it came out so trash. There was nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. It gave horrible characterization. The plot was just so stupid. They treated the plot with no care, and clearly the person who made this movie and wrote it did a poor job of researching the character. They gave no backs. I'm pretty sure all they did was search up things on the internet and said, what are these kids into? You know, it's more of they only made this movie not to respect the fans, but to attract the fans, but just for their money. Honest truth, if you ever go and think about watching this movie, you shouldn't do it. And this is why. The characters are so bland, they are so stupid, they do things that are so retarded. Like in this one scene, they have to have blindfolds on them. And she says, if you take your blindfolds off and look at Slender Man, you will die. Well, guess what? Her stupid friend gets so scared and takes off her blindfold, and she thinks that you could tell Slender Man's there. You could hear everything just the whole tone of the forest just shifted to another darker tone. So it really did not make sense why she would take off her blindfold that she started screaming through the woods and she didn't really even see him. And then guess what? She ends up seeing Slender Man. Oh, and let me tell you this. Slender Man, you see him, but it's always a glimpse. You never actually see Slender Man. But I don't know, maybe they have a better shot of him later. And it was so just boring, you know. Slender Man just came out as such a boring character. You were not interested in the movie, and everybody in the theater was sitting there waiting on the clocks, waiting to leave. There was no joy and no fun in it. And then everybody, the whole movie, they're just trying to get to Slender Man, but what they're doing, instead of researching books and all that, it's always just them on the internet talking to random people how they're going to Reddit or something stupid like that and saying how to unsummon the Slender Man and how to get their friend back and all this. There's a lot of things in this movie that does not make any sense, and it's to the point where it's who came up with this movie, you know? Slender Man's not summoned from the internet. He's a whole ancient being, and apparently you can get him summoned from watching a YouTube video or a Reddit video that someone just posted. That doesn't make any sense. You know, how does that even happen? It's a video. You know, and people think just because the whole fandom and everything just came from the internet doesn't mean that the whole story is from the internet. They completely disobeyed the character and made it entirely to like another full thing. It made the movie so boring. The characters are so stupid. They are so unlovable. I only know one character's name. She's the one who got kidnapped. And honest truth, I think she was probably better than all the other actors. All the other actors were so unrelatable. And now, as like being a teenager myself, I just didn't think. I thought, wow, there's no person who acts like that. Not even the most logical person on the earth would ever act like that. And I thought, wow, the person who clearly wrote this didn't care about how the movie came out. They only care about the money that was involved with the people who came to watch it. I think this movie is really stupid. And I think there's nothing for it to offer. It all came out really stupid. It was like, everything was boring. There was no good things, actually. Now that I think about it, not a good thing about this movie was here. It's like the honest truth. I think even the poorest writer could come up with a better story than this. And I'm pretty sure people on the internet came up with absolute better makeup stories, like where they come up when they say, oh my god, Slender Man was at my front door. They came up with better stories that were more hard-hitting than the ones that this movie came out with. Like I said, they came at it at a Ouija. Like, you know, when you go to Ouija and there's these kids, I'm trying a Ouija board. Like, and then guess what? Oh, there's hauntings and everybody starts dying. But that's not Slender Man. Slender Man's something different than that. It's a complete copy of the Ouija board thing, and nobody liked the Ouija board. And the writer of this movie had no creativity to add to it. And all the scary scenes that are supposed to happen, it's stupid. Every time you get a scary scene, sometimes it'll be like, oh my god, it's a loud noise, but then it's just a librarian walking. And then you turn around, oh my god, he's there. That's pretty much a lot of the scary scenes in this. Oh, I thought he was right there. Oh no, it's not really Slender Man. And then he turns around, oh my god, that's Slender Man. That's most of the scares on this movie. Or it's just something that's not even Slender Man. And when you actually get to see Slender Man, it's not even worth the wait, you know? It's like, okay, it's just a man. It's not even scary. And Slender Man can be way more scary than what they even tried to apply to this movie. I'm pretty sure this movie was made by some 30 or 40-year-old dude who doesn't even get a single thing about it. He probably based this whole Slender Man movie on the incident that happened with the two girls. Doesn't make any sense. And I don't think this movie should even be allowed in theaters because it's so horrible. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I watched it sitting there just waiting, and I just tried so hard to like it. Like, when this movie came out, and the trailer and all that, I was hoping to God that they wouldn't screw this up. But it's Hollywood. People only do these things to attract the audiences of the people who love, like, all this. And it was just so horrible, so uninteresting. It had nothing was really good about it. Like, nothing was good. It's just like, oh my god, I don't think anything good came out. And honest truth, I don't think you should waste your money on it. If I were to rate this a 1 through 10, since this is my first review, I'm gonna have it like this. Every time I see a movie, we're gonna do 1 through 10, and I'll give the movie a hard 3 because the cinematography in this movie, it does look really pretty. The way the angles they got and the way they filmed it, it's a pretty movie. But the actors are so bland. I mean, they aren't too bad, but I don't believe them. They don't come out as good. And I don't think if I were to see a Slender Man movie, I would want better actors. They follow the most stupidest characters on the world, and the actors can't even portray them in the good way. They're not even good. Nobody ever was convincing. All they do is scream and talk about how we're going to save our friend. Nothing really good came out of this movie, but like I said, the cinematography was good. This movie is more of a cringe fest. Whenever they talk about Slender Man, you think, wow, this is really cringy. You don't think, oh my god, we're finally getting to a Slender Man movie. You think, wow, this is a really cringy movie. You can start feeling it getting horrible through much you have. And I also talked to another friend who was in the theater, and I asked him, is this movie shit to you too? And he said, hell yeah, this movie's shit. And I was like, automatically, I was supposed to be there too. I was going to be able to watch the whole movie, but I just texted my mom and said, hey, pick me up because I don't want to be here. I literally would rather be home sleeping, listening to some stupid depressing song than, sit here and watching a movie that has no good plot or anything to it. And I love movies. I respect movies a lot, and the fact that this movie came out clearly shows that this person just wants money. They don't give a crap if this person is horrible because they're just going to get money. It's a Slender Man movie. Who wouldn't want to go? If you make a movie about a creepypasta, hell yeah, people are gonna be lining up. Honest truth, this movie isn't it. Chief, this is not it. I'm gonna give this movie about a 3 out of 10. And like I said, don't watch it. Not worth the ride. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like if you enjoyed the review. Thank you.